if you love Spanish literature, one of the cities you have to visit is Madrid, because there in Madrid, there's the famous Barrio de Letras. And in the Barrio de Letras, where Cervantes and Lope de Vega lived on the same street, approximately only 4 houses away from each other, Lope de Vega's house is conserved as a museum. And if you love Spanish literature, if you love history, I thoroughly recommend you go there, because the museum is a wonderful opportunity to get a glimpse of how someone of Lope de Vega's circumstances, social, economic, cultural, and even political, would have lived. And I promise that this is not at all sponsored by the Lope de Vega Museum. But I'm bringing this up not just because, as you know, I'm an enormous Lope de Vega fan.
¿Qué ocurre? ¿Quién es?
Me llamo Lope de Vega y traía una comedia para el señor.
No pierdas el tiempo.
During one of the guided tours that I and a few friends attended in the center of Madrid, we came across a really interesting etymology. The tour guide mentioned that in the early modern period, dining rooms didn't have fixed tables. They didn't have tables that would just sit there the whole time, as we are pretty much accustomed to nowadays, in any house that has sufficient size to support that kind of luxury, if we want to use the term. And for that reason, it was necessary, when you were laying the table, as we would say in English, you would actually put the table out into the center of the room. And when you cleaned up after the meal, you would take the table away. And that's actually where the peculiar expression in Spanish, poner la mesa y quitar la mesa, come from. You literally put the table out, and you would literally take it away after the meal. That's why we say poner y quitar. I thought I would share this interesting etymology because it's one of those words that gives us such a clear glimpse into how people lived before our own time. Sure enough, some research that I've undertaken has demonstrated that this was actually the norm in the Middle Ages as well. But something that does intrigue me is how widespread this practice was. Did it occur in France and Italy? I'd actually like to learn a little bit more about this, but funnily enough, it's not something that you easily find a lot of resources about. One of the reasons I suspect perhaps not is that we don't see these expressions live on in French or in Italian today. But I'm curious to see if you guys have better examples of this. So this is a very short video, but it's also a recommendation for any of you who might have the privilege of traveling around. Take a visit to Spain. Make sure that you put Madrid at very least as a detour and the Barrio de Letras as a top destination. I recommend it 100%. It is really a beautiful place, and I'm sure that you will benefit enormously from it. So for now, I'm going to say thank you again for watching this video. Leave your comments and your thoughts down below, and I hope to hear from you all and see you all in our next video. Adios.